Filing a plate. First of all, get your plate cut to the right size. You can buy your copper plates from downstairs in the metal workshop from Steve. Once you've got the plate, it will come with both sides with a film on. Leave the film on when you file the plate. It'll help stop any scratches on the base of your plate. So first of all, pick a front side. At the moment it doesn't really matter, but which is front and back, but I'm going to pick this one and my front side and then put my initials on the back. And then what you do to file is on the wooden side of the bench area, you put one hand resting on the plate and the other with a file in a hand. And what you're wanting to do is hold tight with your hand on the plate and then slowly, gently move the file up and down the plate at a slight angle, about 45 degrees. And then once you've got the hang of the technique, put a small bit of pressure on, like so. And you want to get slight edge on the plate all the way around each side, and then when we come to a corner area, here, you want to round off the sharp edges. The reason we round off the sharp edges is so it doesn't hurt you or anyone else, or it doesn't penetrate through to the mat and cut the mat. Once your plate is filed on all the edges, then get some wire wool and go around the perimeter. And what we're doing here is making sure that there's no sharp edges on the metal plate, and it will also avoid any cuts and scrapes. You've filed your plate, then get a wooden spoon and go along the edges, make sure there's no metal splinters or any sharp bits that are going to cut your fingers. And we do this before we wire wool to finish. After we've filed, what we do is take the face of the plate, the blue wrapping off, so your initials should be on the back. So you peel this off and put that in the bin. And when we've peeled that off, we want to degrease the surface. So as you can see, we've got fingerprints there because we have oil in our finger, but we need to make sure that any grease or oil is taken off the plate so your hard or soft ground will stick to the plate. So to do this, you get the French chalk, which will absorb grease, and be quite generous with this. And we're going to make a paste and mix that with vinegar. And again, spray quite a generous amount of vinegar, and then get a clean sponge. Every sponge that is left on this area will be for degreasing. Please don't use it for other cleaning up methods. So we get the smooth side of the sponge, not the rough side, and without avoiding touching our plate, which we can do by pushing the plate up to this small ridge on the bench and using your fingertips here to hold the plate in place. We want to make a slight paste And once we've got the paste, we want to press quite hard and circular motions to pick up any grease on the plate. After we've done this, we're going to do a test, run it under water to make sure that the grease is all off. Once you have degreased your plate, we're going to run it under the tap and see if the plate is fully degreased. It's important that you do not touch the face of the plate, so hold it around the edges like so. So first of all, we want to run the tap gently, and we're going to get rid of most of the chalk on the front. And what we do is let the water run off the plate. As you can see, this area here, the water is resisting, so it means that there'll be still grease here. So if it doesn't run fully off your plate and there's areas that stick, then you need to degrease that again and then rinse. Make sure you rinse the back of the plate too, because the French chalk can get into your hard ground and you don't want that. Once you've rinsed and everything's all degreased, you need to get a blue roll and clean the plate. Again, do not touch the face of the plate with your fingers.